Alright, hello everybody. It's me, Mystic, back with the Shadonia Royals, and I am proud to announce the starting of my first series here on the channel, Satisfactory. I've watched a lot of videos on this game, and I decided to finally give it a shot. And as you see, I have a first time where I was just starting and learning the game. Uh, you know what? We're just gonna start in the grass fields because it's like right there. And I've never been to any of these locations before. So let's play. There we go. Oh. LP then. We're just gonna go ahead and skip the onboarding process. I don't need the intro. I know what I'm doing now. But if you ever install this game, go ahead and play the intro. Wow, that's the fastest I've loaded into a game yet. So here we are. We need to build the hub. Oh wow. It goes ahead and starts us with some portable miners, hub parts, and some basic stuff. Okay. Let's find iron first. There's a whole bunch. Looks like we got 3 down here. Whee! Oh god, this is gonna hurt! Oh. I was fully expecting to die there. Okay. Looks like we got 3 iron over here, which is great because we're gonna need a lot of iron to start off with. Got limestone here. This will work for a nice starting area. My resources! I'll you up, mate. So we got 3 iron ore veins right here. Just... Ow! What the hell? Fixmas gift, huh? I don't know what...
The remains of this creature might shed light on how to increase chances of survival. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
I don't know what these gifts do, but we're gonna go ahead and grab them. I'm on a good spot to put my hub. That's not gonna be right next to the iron, because I know I'm going to expand that iron ore vein. What are you? Okay, I'll pick it up.
This semi-slug seems to emit unfamiliar energy readings which could potentially be retrofitted into Fix-It technology. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
What the hell is that? Is that coal? Yeah, that's coal. There's coal here on this rock. So we can have just random resources jutting out the side of the hill. Okay. Let's put our hub right here, I think. For now. We can always move it later. There we go. And we got these biomass burners back here. First order of business is going to be that. Because we are going to definitely need solid biofuel as soon as possible. Go ahead and get our miners set up. Our first iron miner anyway. We'll go ahead and get a miner set up on 2 of these. I think. And we'll get a miner set up on that limestone over there. Should get automatic iron once I hook that up to the biomass over there. Definitely want our first 2 constructors. And for now, actually we'll want 2 of those. We'll just run them right into these storage containers. I don't want to make the build super massive until I can start putting down foundations and shit. There, happy with that shape now? So... okay. Let's go ahead and get our biomass going. I know that's gonna trigger some people in the comments. Okay, now that we have it all hooked to power lines, we're gonna grab a whole bunch of leaves and convert them into biomass. We'll need a copper miner and a concrete miner set up as soon as possible, though. So let's set you to iron and you to plates. So we'll get auto iron plates. We'll set you to iron and you to rods. So we'll automatically get rods. And let's craft up some biomass. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up whenever I have to do bulk crafting like this, just so that way y'all don't have to deal with it. And 110 in that generator, 110 in that generator. There we go. We should be getting automatic iron now. Yep, there it goes. We got auto iron now. So I'll let that do its job. And I think next we're going to want to set up copper. We're going to want automatic wire. Let's see here. Copper ore. There's one up there. One way over there. One way over there. We'll go to this one up on the hill. We're definitely going to need that chainsaw ASAP. Which is why I'm coming for this copper, like, now. Okay, I can make a separate biomass burner for it, which is great. I don't know what these gifts do, but I'm gonna grab them anyway. It's another one of you, huh? Haha! Get bodied, you Oh, there it is. Right here. Let's go ahead and get this out the way. And then we'll put down a miner. We'll come down here where it's more flat. And we'll put our smelter. A constructor here. And then from there, we just gotta run it back to our base. It's gonna require a lot of these bad boys. Conveyor belts. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be very efficient here at the beginning. I know a lot of you Satisfactory pros are going to be real mad about my starting factory being a little all over the place, but personally, I don't care.
Keep it to yourself, because I don't care.
Because my goal in the beginning is not to look pretty, it's to be as efficient as possible. And just automate everything. Here's the hill we came up. So we're just gonna run this down the hill we came up once I get some more iron plates. What do I need for the biomass burner? More iron plates and copper wiring. So let's head back. My goal is basically deterred where our hub is. I'm gonna want to put, like, here in this area, a nice massive storage area where everything is fed into. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yep, automatic rods, automatic plates. We're gonna let those build up, and we're gonna handcraft some things. So first, we're going to have to handcraft, stretching, all of these. So hold, please. Okay, we got a good bit of biomass, almost a full stack. Now, we should start getting automatic copper wiring, which we can turn into cabling. Let's see that copper ore. Come on. There it is. Now we start getting our copper ore output. As soon as I can, I'm replacing these with the faster belts. Well, I don't know. I don't think we need faster belts coming from the ore because we have a pretty consistent line here. So it'll come down into the smelter. Come on. Get in the smelter. Get in the smelter. There we go. And we start getting copper out. And the copper goes into the constructor. And the constructor gives us copper wiring. At a pretty consistent rate, too. The only issue is now it has to make itself a journey. Although, I will say this, at least I'm not Let's Game It Out. I remember this hill. I have nightmares about this hill on his world. I love how the constructor is nice enough to put the shipping label on it. What's funny about me playing this game is I don't think I've ever talked about my job anywhere before. Not on my previous channel, not here. But I actually work in manufacturing specifically for plastic parts. And we make spools like this, but it's for big old like plastic insulation, I think it is. But we actually have to put a shipping label on there too. But it'll store up in here, so we'll have automatic wire for automatic cabling. Now we need to get automatic concrete, I think is our next step. Meaning we need to come over here and put up a concrete miner and assembler setup over here. Once we get the basic infrastructure in place, it can start getting more interesting. I love how this chisel is enough to break this limestone. But now, put that miner there. A constructor here. And a storage container here. And we'll set this to make concrete. Probably gonna want another biomass burner over here. I know I'm putting up a lot of biomass burners, but that's because I know for a fact these biomass burners, from my experience, they require a lot of babysitting and they run out of fuel constantly. I'm an idiot. Here to there. I'm out of cabling. Up, it's getting dark. Cabling. There we go. put that biomass in there, and we should start getting automatic concrete, which is great because we're gonna need a lot of concrete here in the early days. Show me the concrete. Come on. Okay, we got limestone coming out. Limestone comes along into the assembler. The assembler gets enough of it. It turns it into concrete. Concrete's put in the container. Nice. Now we need to go ahead. I'm going to stock that biomass burner up with some biomass. So that way we get enough concrete that we can actually, you know, complete this milestone. We need 500 screws, 100 cable, which isn't going to be hard, and 100 concrete. I think the most annoying part of this is going to be those 500 screws, because we're going to have to handcraft those. Unless I feel like putting together an assembler, which I don't think I can yet. Well, I can put together another constructor, but we need a conveyor splitter to split off our pipes. Or actually, what we could do instead is make another small production line here, specifically for creating screws. But we need more concrete for that. Okay, I got stuff I need to craft. Hold, please. Okay, so we now have this factory line set up. This will mine iron, that will get sent into here, that will turn it into ingots, that will then get turned into iron rods, that will then turn it into screws, that will then park it right here for easy convenience. Except I forgot to connect my smelter to the power line, apparently. And I'm out of cable. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. There. And we'll go ahead and boop. Boop. Now that should smelt. There we go. The iron will then go into here, which will turn it into bars. Or rods, I mean. The iron rods will be sent into here. Which should convert them into screws. Yep, there we go. Screws. Nice. So we now... Something ran out of biomass. You did. That's the thing. Biomass burners require a lot of babysitting. They run out of fuel constantly. So we need to be able to make biofuel. So let's go ahead and get all of the stuff crafted up that we need for this biofuel and chainsaw. I'm glad I'm going for the chainsaw and biofuel first, because in my first try, I didn't, and kind of messed me up a bit. Concrete, that's what I was coming over here for. Okay. And then we need the screws. The screws should be done by the time I'm done handcrafting all of this, so I'm gonna speed up this process. Have everything it needs. And launch.
Milestone reached. Biofuel will ensure
Bye.
maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, you are now capable of removing foliage that consists primarily of wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
Reinforced plates I can make. I just need screws. Five reinforced iron plates. This gotta help a lot. Short on screws. It's always this screws. Need 160 screws total. And now we can craft our chainsaw. Now we are going to just store some of this stuff away. And there's the drone back. Yeah. Chainsaw time. Now I can start mass producing
Milestone exchange
biofuel.
completed. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
Now I can start making mass biofuel, which will keep my generators running a much longer time. What's in... No, 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 no getting distracted. We need biofuel. I am curious what ores might be in there, though. I'll have to check it out once all my biomass burners are stocked up on solid biofuel. That should be enough. For now, I'm going to be crafting this biofuel by hand, but honestly, one of these days I'm probably going to do a massive collection frenzy of biofuel and then set up an automatic, or biomass, and then set up an automatic biofuel collection or crafter. So we're just gonna craft all of this biomass up, so hold please. Okay, finally, we've got over 600 solid biofuel, which will be more than enough to keep our main factory running for a little bit. Bam. Bam. Take that biomass out. And slot hard biofuel in. There we go. Our main factory is now running. Once more. We'll just convert that little bit of biomass into some biofuel. So that way we can power our concrete and our copper wiring production facilities. Because you see over here, our concrete production is offline and we're going to need a bunch of concrete. So we're just gonna boop. There we go. Keep that going because we're gonna need a whole lot of concrete for building foundations and power poles and stuff. And don't worry if all of this is kind of fugly right now, because I'm gonna admit it's kind of fugly. But it's going to start looking a lot better once we can start putting down actual buildings. So we're going to go ahead and come up here, yada yada yada. I'm so glad I got this way straight up the hill now. I'm so glad we can walk on the conveyor belts. How much biomass? Oh wow, you still got some decent amount of biomass. Well, we're going to replace that for you. The last thing we want to do is run out of these copper wiring. And we're going to come back on down. Now everything's powered. Is that limestone? Yeah, it is. So we can put up a second concrete producer. I mean, I don't know if we necessarily need it, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. No harm in doing it. Well, I'm gonna need a bunch of it, so we'll go ahead and create a miner. For that, we need a portable miner. Craft up these iron plates from these bars I have sitting around in my inventory. And now we should be able to slap down another miner. We need more concrete. We need more concrete, so we're gonna go ahead and go pick up whatever we've produced over here, and then I think we need 2 iron plates for the assembler, or not the assembler, the constructor. Yeah, we got plenty of concrete, so we'll go ahead and make a couple reinforced iron plates. How many screws we got? Taking half of those, thank you. Two of those. And sure, we kind of got to run everywhere for all of our stuff, but that's kind of to be expected. I need more cable. That. I think we'll convert that copper wiring into cabling. Or at least split it down the middle. automatic concrete as soon as our miner starts producing. Ah, there we go. More automatic concrete. Let's go ahead and complete this milestone so we can put up a splitter over there so we can get automatic cabling as well. I like trying to stay organized. We need some more iron plates. Luckily, we produce those automatically. And launch.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
We're gonna start getting a build up here, but that's fine. Honestly, you know what? We'll just take this whole part out. Put a conveyor splitter roughly here. Put storage there and storage there. Except that's backwards. There we go. And clear this shit out the way. We're going to put down a new we're going to put down a craft bench. One, two. We're gonna slap down our constructor that we need more cables for. My lord. Okay, now we're going to put down the constructor. Just right here. We're going to run half into there and half into there. We're going to run our output. I need more iron plates. That's fine. Hold on. Have that start making cable. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thanks, mate. Now, we should start getting automatic cable production, which is good because we're going to need a lot of cable. We're just going to go ahead. And hook you into this power grid here, though. Gonna have these craft benches everywhere, but that's fine. We kind of need them right now. Convert all this crap to biomass so that I can turn it into biofuel for my chainsaw. But we need cabling. Should be good. I love that you can just auto craft like that. And there we go. I love that you can just pack shit up, put it in your pocket. Now we're getting automatic wiring and automatic cabling. So we won't have to worry about either of those. Deconstruct that. There we go. Now we got concrete, screws, bars, and plates being automatically produced. But now we're going to want to start producing, I think it's reinforced plate automatically. Which we'll need this milestone for here. It wants 200 cable, 200 rods, 500 screws, and 300 plates. Basically, it wants a little over a stack of plates and a stack of everything else. Now we look at the cable department. Not a stack yet, but we could probably auto-craft up a stack. So, I'm going to go ahead and manual craft up a stack of that. But for future milestones, we should be good on cable. Bam. 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 And now we gotta make the cabling. Hold, please. The cable required, so... Boom. And launch.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
We're gonna go ahead and gather up the resources we need to build a new little factory that's going to automate our more complex parts. Specifically rotors and rotors and reinforced plate. And I think there's some iron up over that way a little bit. Let me just double check. I love that. Yeah, there's iron over here. Cool. We could set up a nice little factory here for crafting our more complex parts. We definitely want to eventually start building on foundations, but for now, we're kind of stuck building on the ground. We're gonna need this biofuel because we're gonna use our chainsaw to get the biofuel for this setup. We're definitely gonna want a full stack of 200 biofuel here. Okay. We want 2 portable miners. I like that it doesn't just outright make the portable miners useless after you unlock the miner, because you have to use them to use the miner. I like this, they're right here. This allows for a nice, efficient factory setup. There we go. There we go. We're gonna run them out into this here field. We want a smelter on each line. And then from here, this one I want to produce iron plates. So honestly, I think what I might do instead is we are going to put a conveyor splitter down. I have an idea. This may work, it may not. We're going to be using a lot of these conveyor splitters, so I'm going to bind those to my hotbar. Put a splitter here. And we are going to put 2 separate smelters down. Actually, that's a little bit in the way. So we're going to take those down. Put them side by side here. We're gonna have to push this smelter forward a bit. There we go. Chainsaw. Thank you, Mr. Chainsaw. And now, from here, we want a constructor that's going to go on each of these, because we're going to need iron plates and then iron rods. And then we're going to need to turn those iron rods into screws. And then we're going to send the plates and the screws into an assembler that's going to turn them into reinforced iron plate. That's then going to be sent back to our storage, sent back towards our main base. We need 6 reinforced plates for the crafters. It's pretty complicated once you start getting into the multi-stage stuff. Not gonna lie, I love it. Okay, so this constructor is going to be making our iron plates. This one is going to be making rods. And this one is going to be making screws. Go bam, 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 bam. And then we're going to put our assembler here. Let's clear out this foliage real quick though. I think I'm also going to put over there by the copper an automated biofuel crafter. Because we're going to be having a lot of biomass after I'm done up here. Burp. Burp. And now we want to put down our assembler. Okay, we need 4 rotors and 8 reinforced iron plates. Then we are going to use this one, which I'm going to tear down that smelter, and this conveyor belt, because we are going to use this one to make rotors automatically. So we need 4 rotors. And 8 reinforced iron plates. There we go. We should have enough for our first assembler, which is going to make reinforced iron plates. Nice. And we are going to put that bad boy right here. And then 1, 2. And then from our output slot, we are going to run this all the way back to the base. Eventually we can upgrade these to Mark II conveyor belts. We're actually going to put our reinforced plates here. And we're going to put down a merger because I plan to have the plates and rotors go into the same storage area. For the simple fact that they're both going to take a bit to be produced, considering they're a multi-stage process, and the assembler takes a bit to put them together. Oh god, someone's gonna get so mad about that. Oh, that's gonna be funny to hear about. But now, we want to put down a splitter. I need more cabling. Yeah, I need to put my chainsaw away for now. Luckily, we have automatic cabling production. It's not as fast as I would like, but at least it's right here by the base, because all of the other copper ore veins are like super far away. At least too far to justify running a conveyor belt that distance. So now we are going to put down a conveyor splitter. again with the double smelter. And then we are going to put constructor here and a constructor here. The only difference is that now we gotta start turning things sideways because we don't want to overlap our other factory here. And we need, let's see here, we need to make 2 sets of rods. One set of rods is going to be left alone, while the other set of rods is going to be turned into screws, I think. Right? Rods plus screws for motors? Yep, rods plus screws for motors. So we're going to need, I think it's 6 reinforced iron plate. Yes, 6 for just the constructors. We'll go ahead and create these iron ingots. So I'm going to get this factory set up, and I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, so it wasn't the production line I was planning on building, but now we have automatic biomass that is fed from leaves and wood in these containers that get fed into here, turned into biomass, fed into here, merged onto the same plate, because for the purposes of solid biofuel, all biomass is fine no matter where it came from. And now it will be automatically turned into solid biofuel that will be fed down this conveyor belt that comes up here, running parallel to our copper down the hill and into that storage container. So we now have automatic biofuel production so long as we are chopping things down with our chainsaw, which I might grab some of this biofuel for the purposes of my chainsaw, just in case we need to use our chainsaw. So now we'll have automatic fuel production that will power all of this. I just realized that this is going to require at least 2, if not 3, biomass burners on its own to power all of these machines. And we're still not even done. These are just the smelters, the constructors. I still need one more constructor up here and an assembler. I think we're going to put our constructor here. We're going to run belts into the assembler here. So let's go ahead and get 2 more reinforced iron plates for our next constructor. And boom. Now we want to build an assembler, which we need 8 reinforced iron plates and 4 rotors for. So for rotors, we're going, we can go ahead and make those 4 rotors. We're going to make those 4 rotors first. And now we need 8 iron plates, and we'll be good for our assembler. Okay, so now let's slap down our assembler. Right here. Actually, we can tear that down. Tear that down. Now that it's light, I can see that we can put a constructor right in front of there. And put our assembler. This is not going to look the best, but hey, we're going to be coming back through later and upgrading anyway. That's too close. Similar. We'll put it there. We'll run this line here. And I'm out of iron plates. God frickin'. It's fine. I just need to go and get some more iron plates is all. And now we have a solid chain of biofuel coming in, which is great. As long as I can keep those biomass producers producing biomass, we'll always be set with fuel. Which is great because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate power grids that need biofuel. Rods, plates, and we're gonna go ahead and pick up some more screws while we're in here. There we go, screws. It's gonna be so great to just have that resources coming in automatically. And we'll have it come into here. I'm so glad we can run up these things. Makes it so much easier. Okay. So now we are going to wrap you around here. It's not the most effective, and I could probably build it better later. But oh my god, I built that backwards. And we could probably build this a lot better in the future. But for now, it will work. There we go. And now we're going to want to take that output and run it all the way down to the ground through all these trees. Get away from my shit. I'm going to chop all of this nature down. You are crowding. Stop crowding my conveyor belts. And we're going to put a conveyor merger right here. Like that. We're going to feed you into this side. And you into this side. And then both into there. So that will feed the output of that entire factory down here to this one storage container, which is great. Now, could it be more effective and efficient and take up less space and be more properly planned out and laid out better and not be all over the ground? Sure. But here's the thing. I am just getting the basic infrastructure down now, and then we're going to build it all up later. So we are going to set this to rotors. Set you to screws. You to rods. You to iron. You to iron. and you to rods. So we should now get screws and rods put into that assembler to make rotors. And this assembler is going to make reinforced plate. Oh shit. Iron. Iron. This is the one with the 2, so we're gonna go rods, screws, and you are going to make plates. And it's gonna be a rather slow process making all of this, since this is being powered by 2. But in theory, it should be faster than if we were to just say split off half of our production over there. So now we want to put up our biomass burners and set up our power grid. I think 3 biomass burners will be enough, and I'm going to put them pretty close to where the things are. So we're going to put them like right here. So that way I can easily access them to refill them. And we are going to connect them all up. We're going to run a power line over here that is connected to both of our miners. Which is then connected to a power line for both of those, which is connected to a power line for both of these, which connects to a power line that's connected to both of those, which connects to a power line that's connected to both of those, that connects a power line to both of those, that connects a power line to both of those. And now it is all connected, and it is time. I'm going to go dump some of the leaves and stuff I've collected into those the auto biomass generators. Because as long as these things are making biomass, I don't have to worry about anything. So we are going to dump the wood into here. Actually, that's solid biofuel. And the leaves are getting used up quicker. We'll dump leaves into there. And all of that gets converted to biomass, which converts into biofuel. And we'll go ahead and get our biofuel, and we should be ready to power up that little factory over there. Well, it's not little, it's a big ass factory, but how much biofuel we got? 292. Gives us a total of 305, which is pretty good. We're going to be clearing out a lot of these trees and stuff, so we'll pretty much be set with biofuel. And since we filled up our bioreactors over there, we should be good for now. But I'm going to probably off camera top up that little manufacturing area. So here we go. Gotta split you. 1, 2, and and 3. And let's see it working. So our miners are now mining. Wish I had a better vantage point. Miners are mining. Iron gets split. So for every 2 iron, we're getting 1 down either conveyor belt there. And they get sent into 4 separate smelters to make iron ore ingots. This one should be making plates. Plates. That one's making rods, so that's good. There's our first batch of plates. Here comes our first batch of screws. Yep, there's our first batch of screws. And it's going to take 12 screws and 6 plates. So it's going to take 3 sets of plates from there and 4 sets of screws. So it's going to take a bit to make our first. But there we go. It's now making our first reinforced iron plate. And there it is, our first reinforced iron plate. What about rotors? Have we made any rotors yet? No. It's still stocking. Then again, it does take a bit for the supplies to reach them, so I'm probably going to wind up replacing these conveyor belts that transport from the constructors to the assembler with Mark IIs. But there goes our first iron plate down the track. We should see our first rotor coming down the track here in a second. Yep, here it goes. There's our first rotor. And if we come down here, here comes our plate, slowly but surely. I'm definitely going to have to replace these with faster conveyor belts, that's for damn sure. Because right now, it's going to take them... I think it's going to take about 45 seconds to a minute and a half for them to come from the assembler down to storage. But that's fine, it's automated now, so I don't have to worry about building them all the time, and we're going to need a lot of them. But I think that's a good place to stop our first Satisfactory episode. We've done a lot today. We've got 2 automated concrete makers, we've got automated screws, automated rods, and automated plates being produced. We have automated copper wiring and cabling, and now we have automated biofuel and automated rotors and plates, even if they do take a bit to get down here. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Satisfactory, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I plan on making a whole series out of this. I know at some point we can unlock like nuclear bombs and shit, so this is going to be really fun. But before we go, I'm going to go ahead and unlock base building. So that way we can start putting future builds on foundations. Because, let's face it, these builds being all over the dirty, dirty ground does not scream industrial. So, there we go. Hopefully, in our next episode,
structures aim to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Hopefully, in our next video, we can redo most of these factories and make them look a little better. but I can definitely feel that we're definitely going to probably need more automated copper. I mean, we've got some cabling coming in. I think that generator ran out of fuel. Hold on. Yep, and that's how it is. You just see your factory stop moving, and you gotta go sort it out. Well, I'm gonna power this up, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!